She will ask the first question.
Okay.
This is later.
What do you think about the Icot being held here in Bilbao this year?
I think it's exciting. Do you know where the other Icots have been held?
Not really.
So I'll tell you some of the spots,
Okay, thank you.
so that you have the sense of how special it is to be held here in Bilbao. Okay, so the ones that I've been involved in, because I've only been involved since 1999, but that was Edmonton in Canada, and then it went to Auckland in New Zealand, and then it went to was it Malay? Harrogate in England. Then it went to oh, was it? Yeah, talk to him. Phoenix in Arizona in United States. Then it went to wait a minute. No, then it was Kuala Lumpur. I know, I'm just saying where it went. And then it went to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia.
Wow.
It went to Melbourne in Australia. It went to Belfast, Northern Ireland. Wellington, New Zealand.
It started in Fiji.
The original one was 1972?
82.
Oh, 1982 in Fiji.
Townsville in Queensland.
Townsville in Queensland. Oh, goodness me. We should interview him. I was just going to tell you the spots, not the order. Anyway, I mean, is that not exciting when you think of where it's been around the world?
Yeah.
And now it gets to be here.
It makes you feel like kind of proud of your city.
And I think that's something else. It's such a beautiful city. I don't know it because we only arrived yesterday, but we did go for a beautiful long walk last night, and it's beautiful. I think it's lovely to showcase such a gorgeous place in the world, and I do think it's something to feel proud about because thinking and this international conference on thinking, it's the creme de la creme in this field. So anyone interested in thinking globally, this is the conference to be at. You know, it is the most important, it is the most significant. So I think to be able to say that this conference came to your beautiful city in this part of the world is pretty magical.
It is.
It's also
Okay, the next question. Marta's.
Could you explain us what Icot is?
So the International Conference on Thinking is a international conference that promotes thinking in many fields. It's probably most recognized by educators, and the idea that we really want to promote the explicit teaching of thinking in schools for our learners, but we are looking at thinking in business and thinking in the arts and thinking in sport, because if you think about it, there wouldn't be a field in the world that thinking wouldn't be involved in.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, you can't learn if you don't think. Well, you could, but if your thinking is weak, how's your learning going to be?
It's more like
Active.
yeah, that's it. Effective.
It will be more effective. But I want you to think about this for a minute, because lots of times children we focus on the thinking part with the children, but thinking's not isolated. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's not just this thing out there in the air. Thinking is what you do to learn.
Yeah.
So if your thinking is weak, your learning will be weak. If your thinking is superficial, your learning will be superficial. If your thinking is biased, then your learning will be biased. So thinking is fundamental in human evolution because it enables us to learn, and it's the learning that enables us to grow as human beings and to grow our entire world.
Yeah, I remember, I think a philosopher said that I think then I exist or something like that. I
Think,
don't know
therefore I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So have you taken philosophy in school?
No,
Not
but
yet.
I've heard it. I've heard of it like
Well-
lot of times because it's really famous quote. So
Isn't that wonderful that you've heard that? So that's it. The International Conference on Thinking is promoting thinking in all facets. Education is, as I said, where it's probably recognized and will probably get the greatest number of delegates in the education area, but it's fundamental to absolutely every part of life. And I think that's another thing that makes Icot quite special. And some of the international conferences on thinking have focused much more on thinking across disciplines. And some have really focused in on education. I think it's wonderful that the conference here in Bilbao is really opening it up again and really focusing on thinking in sport and thinking in business, and not just focusing in terms of thinking in education. So that's again something to feel a little bit proud of.